You're scheduled, but you're not live.
There we go. Good morning, Gig. I got to hit that little button up there. Me
Uh
and
huh.
Avid were chatting away, and I was wondering why nobody was answering. Good morning, Lance. Guess you don't know all the questions I asked you. Good
Hey,
morning, Randy,
Fresno. Hi, Lance. Hi, Gigability.
Johnny, Fresno. I
Crack
always forget
peppers.
that. Forget my head if it wasn't fastened some
I know.
days.
I just looked up at the Streamyard panel on the screen. I'm like, we're not live. We're scheduled.
The only thing I don't forget is put bait in my line.
Bait and food. That's why people weren't chatting in the chat.
I hate that. I'd be tying up a rig and get in a hurry and everything, and I throw my rig over the side of the boat, and then I realize I forgot to attach it to my pole. That really torques me off.
That's all part of fishing.
That's one thing about shore fishing. At least when you do that, it just drops on the ground.
Yeah, it drops right in the water. Within about a couple inches of water, you can bend over and pick it up.
Yeah,
If it's in the boat, it just drops straight down to the bottom.
because when I'm walleye fishing, I usually have a snap swivel on the end of my line, and so I'll tie up my rig, and then I just put it on the snap swivel, and I'm ready to go. And it's happened a number of times.
Oh,
I'll
I
throw
bet.
it over so it doesn't get tangled up, and whoop, it's gone.
Hi,
Good morning,
Brandon.
Brandon. Thank you for coming in this morning.
Lance, if you want to come up here, there's a link pinned at the top of chat.
Yeah,
Anybody wants to come up and join us?
I still have so much to learn about this electronic stuff.
Yeah, I see that.
I used to be pretty savvy with computers until I retired, and then I did a memory dump, and I said I don't want to ever work on them again. And good morning, Joy.
Morning,
How's
Joy.
Scott
Morning,
doing this
Smoke.
morning? Good morning, Smoke. Welcome aboard. But and then it just took a couple of years and got so far behind technology that just lost interest in it.
Yeah, it ain't bad.
But I think we're going to have a pretty good. Well, I just looked out, it clouded up and started snowing again.
You gotta quit
They,
looking out that window.
yeah, they still got blizzard warnings for today yet. So all the shoveling might have to go redo it again.
You're making some good money off of you shoveling.
Well, some of the snow was real fluffy light, but we had a period of time when it was kind of sleeting and snowing, so it kind of was crusted. So then when you try to shovel it, it just come off in huge chunks,
Oh
and
yeah,
and then the stuff under it was real fluffy. And but without that crust, the wind would have probably blew up a lot more and made a bigger mess.
yeah. According to my radar, you got a big storm front sitting right over the top of you in the Dakotas.
Yeah,
You got a big snowstorm sitting on top of you.
yeah. That's just too late in the year for that. It's supposed to start to appear like spring. But then last year we had that big blizzard in April, so
Was hey, I think someone forgot to tell that to Mother Nature, or
good
someone
thing.
up or someone up there got Mother Nature mad.
Yeah, but
Hey Joy,
last year we didn't have the snow we got this year. I think we're shooting for setting some records for the most snow throughout the winter. I don't think it's going to be the most, but it's going to get on the books. Good
I
morning,
would,
Cody. How's Tully doing?
Joy, how's Scott doing? I know he's having a bad time yesterday.
Who was that?
Scott was.
Oh yeah, last night. That was maybe why I forgot to hit that button, Joy. I asked how Scott was doing.
Yeah, and we weren't even alive.
Lance, I asked about Audra. Didn't understand why nobody was answering me. Nobody was coming in. Nobody was answering me, and it was
We were
like,
backstage talking about the storm, and I thought he hit the live button, and he wasn't live. He was still in scheduled mode.
yeah, I thought I'd let Paulette do that giveaway at Eileen's, and maybe she'd get more interested in helping me out, but she can't keep her interest focused that long.
Oh yeah, I understand, but you bring anything that has to do with food and cooking, and she'll be there.
You can come up, Cody, if you want. Paulette's doing pretty good. They sent her home, and everybody else we know, they sent them home with one of these little ice water pumps to ice her arm, and they didn't send her home with one, so she's been using ice packs. But the two we have, to me, they don't get very cold, and the one that does is pretty big and heavy. But I'm either adjusting braces, taking them on, taking them off.
I got an ice pack. I got ice packs in my freezer right now.
Yeah,
You take them out there, they stay really cold for a long time.
yeah, I got one big one. It's probably 12 by 18 inches, and it's the gel filled, so it stays flexible.
And I got one that's 12 by 12, and this thing ain't flexible. It
Yeah.
freezes. It's like a hard brick of hard ice rock. This ain't something you want to lay down on.
There's Mr. Cody. Well, good morning, boss.
Morning.
You call him a boss?
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Tully's only got one arm, so he can live it up now.
Yeah.
What'd you do to your other arm?
Oh, my wife, she has what is it? I can't say the word. She had shoulder surgery. They put 3 anchors in her shoulder to tie her labrum back then.
Ow.
She had a lot more done than Paulette did. She just had a torn rotator cuff and a spur or two.
I don't know. The torn rotator cuff is about as bad as it gets on healing.
I'd
Yeah.
rather have a dislocated shoulder.
The ice machine does make a big difference, but insurance won't pay for the ice machine.
Yeah,
How we got ours was Tally got hurt at work, so workers' comp is paying for it.
oh, I see.
So we were able to charge it to that. But if it was just her insurance paying for it, they wouldn't have paid for it.
No.
Paulette had one when she had her knees done, and can't find it. It was after we moved down here, and it's somewhere, but it's pretty old. It's probably 10, 15 years old.
I would imagine it still does the same thing, though. It's just like a little mini cooler with a water pump in it.
Yeah, it's almost the reverse osmosis of a live well.
Yeah, I take and
It's just reversing an live well where you're pumping icy cold water to a shoulder instead of pushing them back through the live well.
I get these little Coke bottles and I fill them and freeze them. And then when it starts warming up, I grab a couple fresh ones and throw them in there. And then I take the other ones out and put them in the freezer. And I started to use just ice, and it was like, boy, this is really a pain.
Yeah. Now, but one of the nurses told Tally before she knew that Tally was had the ice machine to buy frozen corn. She said because it forms to the shape of your shoulder well.
Mm-hmm.
You can refreeze it easily. and it actually will stay cold longer than ice. The ice will melt quicker than
Yeah.
the
Frozen corn, frozen peas,
and
spinach.
and a couple bags of frozen corn is just as cheap as a bag of ice. And once the
Uh-huh.
ice melts,
That's why I like that.
I like eating corn, so
That's why I like the frozen bag vegetables because they form around your shoulder really good.
yeah, we keep getting in arguments, and I've had both of mine done, and she forgets that. She thinks, well, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And I say, no. Well, the doctors told me this. I said, well, put it this way, they were wrong. I went through it twice. They told her she'd be up and around in 6 or going in 6 weeks. I said, yeah, 6 weeks till you can probably start really kind of moving it around, but you're looking at 6 months.
You
So
know,
with that-
we're looking at like 6 to 32 weeks before you can start moving that shoulder.
they told Tally that she'll start therapy here before too long, but it'll be mild.
Yeah, they do.
Trying not to let it freeze. They'll want you. They'll want to do some physical therapy, try to keep it from freezing up on you. But they told her she was fully healed.
They're gonna have you do some movements just to keep the movement going and the blood flow going in there. They just don't want your arm locking up in place on that rotator cuff.
Did she come home with a pain pump?
A pain pump?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, she's in a lot of pain then, because Tally actually, it's like a ball full of anesthetic
Right.
into the nerve in her shoulder.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Huh.
headache for the first 2 days, and that made a real difference, I think, on the level of pain. She was still in a lot of pain, but it made a big difference. So she was fortunate enough that was an option for her too. And
Hi, Holly.
that, but
Good morning, dear daughter.
but that goes back to that. I don't think insurance wants to cover that either, but
Yeah.
workers' comp will pay for whatever the doctor says needs done. Insurance
Right.
only. So her doctor knew it was workers' comp, and he said she needed it all so that she could get everything. You
Right.
know, which was helpful for her. I mean, no needing anybody being in any more pain than they have to be.
Yeah, that's where
Yeah.
God is stepping in on your behalf.
Well, she's got arthritis so bad that she takes morphine every day and oxycodone, and
She
so
feels no pain with morphine.
we had plenty of stuff around. The storm started, and I haven't even got out to get her prescriptions for her yet. But we had some at home, and I can't remember what the other one was, and not really that important. But
So she's been taking. They give her the hydrocodone, and she takes one every 6 hours, and it helps. But it doesn't seem like it lasts the full 6 hours. But she can normally tough it out like the last two. I think it makes like a real difference for like 3 or 4 hours, and then it kind of subsides. But she's been doing good about it, and I don't know. Hopefully she gets it all back to full range of motion and back to normal. Did they put 3 incisions in Paulette's shoulder?
I just did all the bandages and stuff. I thought there was 4.
4? Okay. So Tally, she had 3, and they stapled them back shut, and one of them looks like it's wanting to open up. We go back to the doctor for the 8-day checkup here on the 15th, and I'm hoping they don't have to end up resealing that up because it doesn't look normal to me, but I don't know. Those staples just look gruesome.
Oh, see, Paulette just had, they just put the butterfly strips across the incision. There's no staples on the outside.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My last one, that's what they did too. And then they said just leave the butterfly strips on until they come off on their own.
Where is her incisions like an inch long?
Oh, they're probably maybe half inch. They did it laparoscopic, like.
Yeah.
So they just had a little incision where they inserted the tools.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing they did to hers, but hers looked like they were probably close to an inch long.
Yeah.
I got the photo because they give us photos of everything they did inside her shoulder.
Oh, really? It's funny how medical can vary so much from doctor to doctor, even.
Where, Don, remind me where you're at.
North Dakota. We're right in the middle of the state in Bismarck, North Dakota.
North Dakota. That's where I thought. Yeah. And that's where my little brother is at, is North Dakota.
Pardon?
Yeah, he's in the Air Force.
Oh, he up at Minot or Grand Forks?
Forks.
Yeah. Good morning, Tina. Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, that gets cold up there. Looks like the same thing.
Pictures of the tank. There's the bone. There's where it's tore away. Here's where he put the anchor.
Oh,
That's the wrap. Takes that metal thing and scrapes the bone.
uh-huh.
It wants to go back to that raw place on the bone. Create a scar that helps hold it. But yeah, he gave us pictures of it all. There's one of the anchors that they put on their shoulder. They put 3 of those in.
Now, did she fall and hurt it, or is it just
Yeah,
wear
she
and tear
works at,
over the-
works at the med center here in Scottsville, and she had a patient that had fell, and she went. And it was a heavy set gentleman, and she went to help him up out of the floor. And whenever she did it tore her shoulder. But it's
Huh.
wild the kind of pictures they can put inside your shoulder.
Yeah, I tore mine. I know when I tore it, and I went for God, 5, 6 years before I went and got it fixed. Never really knew there was much they could do about it.
Well,
I
here's the
just know
thing.
I couldn't do anything over my waist.
Here's the thing about her. So this doctor is actually her second doctor. The first doctor she went to, or she got an MRI. The MRI said that they could see a tear, but that she needed to have she needed to have a MRI orthogram, which is the MRI with the contrast,
Mm-hmm.
to come up with to get a better image. Well, that was just the MRI at the hospital. Then she went to the orthopedic doctor, and he's like, I might see a little something there, but there's not really anything there. Let me do these. Let me do this. And he's like, I think you just have a frozen shoulder now. And then when she went back to the next appointment, he's like, no, you don't have a frozen shoulder. You don't have this. There's nothing wrong with your shoulder. So I don't know what the deal is. Send you to the pain clinic. They'll give you pain pills. You don't have to worry about it hurting no more. There's no tears. There's nothing wrong. And so the worker just elated because she's like, there's no. And Tally said, I'm not going to the pain clinic. I don't want pain pills. I want my shoulder fixed. He's telling me there's nothing wrong, but there's something wrong with it. I mean, you know if something's wrong with
Right.
Well, you know your own body better than they do.
And so she has a lawyer, and he called and he forced them to let her have a second opinion. Well, she goes to get a second. In 5 minutes of that doctor coming in the room and feeling on her arm, he said, "You got a slap tear." He said, "It doesn't say in this first MRI that it's as bad as that." He said, "I guarantee it is. Let's get the MRI arthrogram and let's see what actually shows up." And they did an MRI arthrogram. She had a slap tear, which is a full labrum tear, superior labrum from arterial to posterior, all the way across. And she had a part. So he set her up for surgery, and he's got it fixed now, as long as everything heals up good. But it went from him, that other doctor, saying, "No, there's no tears," and I don't need an imaging now because I've got pictures where he stuck a camera in her shoulder and you can see where it's all the places it's tore. If we'd have listened to the first guy, her shoulder would have been messed up for her whole life.
Yeah.
Hi, Tina. Hi, All Terrain. Hi, Chrissy.
Good morning, All Terrain. Johnny, I guess I wasn't live when I kept telling you hi. Holly, yeah, we got showed up. They showed up about 8 o'clock last night with the Bobcat, and they're running out of places to put it anymore. All the streets are one lane, and I moved the truck out so they could clean the driveway and decided to drive around the block, and it was pretty interesting.
Do they have Paulette in an immobilizer?
Yeah.
Yeah. His wife tore her rotator cuff. I told him that's worse than the labor, man.
The surgery is, yeah.
Good morning, Mr. Ernie.
They didn't give her a pain pump or a ice machine.
The doctor.
Hello, Ernie. How you doing this morning, bud? Hi, Doc. Johnny, you missed all the wisecracks I was making about you because we weren't live. We was in the back talking, and we were still in scheduled mode.
Good morning, Doc.
Oh.
Hi, Leon.
Oh, I'm trying to get this where your sweater get to.
How's she doing today?
Doing good. I'm putting her immobilizer on. She just changed into her church clothes.
Good morning, Leon. Yeah, isn't that something, Johnny? You go in, you just don't know who to trust. When I got my first spinal cord stimulator put in, the guy just really jacked it up, and I kept complaining for over a year, and then finally the pain doctor took an x-ray and said, "Well, no wonder it's all messed up. You got it in crooked and twisted." And so I had to go and have a surgery to remove it. And then the scar tissue tore the spinal cord lining, and I got a leak, and it was just one thing after another.
Yeah, the only major surgery I've had, and it wasn't like very much. I've had a bunch of surgeries on my left eye. See here if you can see. It looks like a running yoke. I had a pole barn nail run through my eye.
That hurt.
So my pupil drips down like a runny egg yolk, where they had to cut that part of my eye out, and your pupil is just where there's no pigment, and they had to stretch that part over top of the hole. So I've got a distorted looking pupil, but she actually had surgery on her ankle. She had her ankle replaced. She shattered both sides of her ankle joint, and she broke her tibia and her fibia. And was it your tibia or your fibia? Which one's on the inside? One of them come out of the inside of her leg and ripped up her leg, ripped the skin really bad. And they fixed that, and it was actually good for a while. But now the arthritis is awful in it, and they're the two rods that run down to her ankle joint. The bone is growing in between them, so it's pushing them apart.
Oh.
They said that they could go in and shave that bone down and stuff, but she doesn't want to have any more surgeries than she absolutely has to, so she's just dealing with it.
I understand that. Well, that's quite the story, Johnny.
Yeah, surgeries are getting to be more of a thing nowadays. they want to cut you open for whatever reason they can without fixing it right the first time.
When I broke my clavicle, I chose to just let it heal on its own. And they said, well, you might have a bump there where the bone grafts back together. And I said, I really don't care at my age, and not like I'm going out in a beauty contest somewhere.
Exactly.
And
We're
it
at
took,
the age when we're not going to see a beauty contest again anytime soon.
but I think they missed something when they did it. They kind of looked and grabbed the first thing there, but the back side of my shoulder gave me fits still does. So either I tore something back there, but it's not hurting today, so I ain't gonna do nothing about it. I'm gonna get ready to go fishing. If they want to do anything else, they'll have to wait until next fall.
Yeah, Ernie, he's been taking care of her.
Yeah, Ernie, she's doing good. She's just laying here beside me on my coat and taking a snooze. You did mean the dog, right?
Oh, I can get that dog's attention for you real quick.
She had a bad night last night too. She had me
Wake
up.
up the puppy.
She couldn't get out to go to the bathroom. I think that kind of messed her up a little bit. And but yeah, Ernie, Paulette's doing good too. Well, you made her roll over now. She's got all four legs in the air.
Now I got to put jewelry on.
You're putting jewelry on, okay.
Yeah, on my wife, not on myself. I got.
I was going to say something if you're going to be putting it on yourself. Trying to be nice.
That's the new style for men.
Anything else? Earrings.
Hey,
You
351.
Good morning,
Yeah,
351.
Ernie, he's going to be putting makeup on himself.
She could put that makeup on with her right arm. She got one arm still put makeup on. She want me. She keeps pestering me saying, "You need to watch a YouTube video and learn how to straighten and braid my hair. I can't do it myself." I said, "You had better call somebody and have them come over and do your hair because I ain't doing it. I'll do whatever you need, and I'll put your hair up in a ponytail for you. But if it comes beyond that, you want something else done to it, you're gonna have to call somebody."
Ernie says, boy, you better take care of that girl.
Yeah, just let me know when she's back to cooking and cleaning, and so I know how long I got to wait. I don't want Paulette to take advantage of me and figure I got him doing it. I'm never going to get better,
Well, Tally's already going behind me and fixing the cleaning that she says I don't do right. She's walked behind me with one arm. Nope, you got to do it this way. Nope, you got to do it that way. I don't think. I honestly think it's probably safe bet that 4 to 6 weeks before you really can do much of anything that's very strenuous on your upper body.
Yeah, it's
But she went out and about yesterday because I had a fishing tournament yesterday, and she rode with her sister to a few stores, and I think it made her shoulder hurt being out walking around some, but it seemed to put her in a little bit better of mood. She was tired of being cooped up in this recliner, just sitting here, sleeping here. It just seemed like she wasn't leaving the recliner.
Is she taking morphine too?
No, she takes just hydrocodone every 6 hours. One hydrocodone pill every 6 hours. She actually hadn't had one today. She doesn't like taking them; they make her sick. So she only takes them when she absolutely has to. She'll probably take one right before we leave for church.
They haven't given her any Oxycontin, huh?
No,
That does good for wounds in the shoulder and in the legs. That'll take away the pain really good, but it'll make you feel really goopy.
So it makes her really nauseous. They give her, what was it, Zofran? She takes Zofran with it, and it helps with some of the nausea.
Yeah, as long as you keep the swelling down, that seems to be the biggest pain relief.
Yeah, and the ice machine has been such a blessing. I wish Paulette had one. You might be able to look on Facebook Marketplace or find one for a pretty fair price. I couldn't imagine people want much for them.
But ibuprofen helps take care of the swelling too, since it's a natural antibiotic.
The cold though, I mean, taking your NSAIDs, stuff like that, ibuprofen, things like that helps. It does help with inflammation, but that really cold for about 30 minutes, it makes a world of difference.
Yeah, it helps keep that swelling down.
It keeps the swelling down. That's really good.
The first couple days,
Uncle Lou.
Hi, Uncle Lou. Cody, get up and help put that poor lady's makeup on, just like you do yours.
yeah. I tell you what, there ain't a makeup on the face of this earth that can make me any prettier than I am now.
I'm not touching that.
Listen to you.
I will give Cody this. He still has that baby face.
Yeah, it's because it keeps swelling up with fat, so it ain't got a chance to wrinkle any.
Yeah, just wait until you hit 50.
All the extra weight just keeps expanding the wrinkles out.
Hey, wait till you hit 55. That chubbiness is gonna be sagging and wrinkling.
I hope not.
Yeah, when your head just keeps growing, I guess it is that way.
Yeah, that's it. See, it keeps growing and stretching the skin. Now, there's a reason I miss overweight. I'm thinking about keeping my skin good and tight.
Yeah.
Once you hit a certain age, that tight skin will become saggy skin.
My problem is my head's growing too fast. My hair can't keep up. I'm getting bald spots.
My problem is I keep walking under ceiling fans that's too low. Get
Oh,
scalped.
scalping yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, Holly, I offered to take her out and lay her in that fresh snow last night.
Then I have to go back and readjust the height on the ceiling fan.
Yeah, I told Paul, see, we should have one of those little saunas you can put in the garage. Then you could go out and lay in the snow and come in and sit in the sauna.
That's really good for your health. Actually, doing cold plunge and then heat therapy like sauna or hot tub.
Yeah, get a hot tub, then you go lay in the snow, then get back in the hot tub.
Going from the really cold to the hot to the really cold to the hot. I forget it's a certain kind of protein that helps build up in your blood, and it's really good for your health.
Holly said that ain't what she said. She says go scoop up some snow and put it on her shoulder, not to take her out there and toss her in it.
Well,
Holly's giving you grief this morning. Done.
Yeah, she always does. She's the only one that's brave enough.
You want me to make one?
I know you're being nice to Paulette today.
Why is that?
You're not giving her grief.
She's in the bedroom. I'm out in the garage.
Has she been sleeping upright?
Yeah, sort of.
I mean, at least shoulder above her heart, where it's not just dead level with it.
Yeah.
Good
It'll
luck,
keep
Ernie.
a lot. I mean, I know it's common knowledge to keep it whatever's hurt above your heart, but the doctor said that that's a huge thing on trying to get some sleep. Is if you got a recliner, sleep in the recliner, prop some pillows up in the bed, whatever you got to do, but get that shoulder elevated.
Yeah, last time I just looked at my shoulder, the doctor told me sleeping a chair that was upright. Came home, fell asleep in my office chair as I was upright, and I ended up face first in the floor. I fell out of my office chair.
Yeah, she sits in the recliner and then she sits in bed and then she stands and just nervous is not nervous, but can't sit still for a minute.
That's it. Going to work, Holly.
And then she said, if you lift something heavy with your other arm, does it hurt the one that had surgery on? I said, well, yeah. I said, because your whole body shifts to bear the extra load. I said,
Uh-oh,
why are you lifting something that's heavy?
Look out, Cody's cooking. Oh,
Coffee.
The K cups.
Yeah, morning breakfast.
I don't like them K cups.
They're just easy. They don't taste as good. You're right about that, but
They're
they're
weak. They taste like water. There's no flavor.
well. I only put 6 ounces of water in them. It only makes half of a small cup. So they're not. They don't taste that weak when you do them that way. But I mean, they still do taste a little weak. The flavor's not as strong.
That's why I went to a regular coffee pot percolator.
But it is easy. I can dump a little water in it, throw that K cup in there, and I got a cup of coffee. I try not to drink a ton, so I'll probably end up sitting here drinking 3 cups, and I ought to just have a small pot to make it. But
That's my problem. I drink about 10 to 12 cups a day.
yeah, I don't drink that much.
I need to start drinking more water than I do coffee.
Yeah,
Because I know your body will store up that caffeine.
if I drink that much, I get jittery.
I don't get jittery. I just don't sleep.
Hold the fort down for me. I'm going to run in and get a cup of coffee.
All right, Chuck Paulette, we said hi.
All righty. Patches, you stay out here. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be back out fishing here soon.
We went yesterday.
Well, I'm still waiting for my eyes to finish up healing. Because if I go outside right now with the bright eyes without sunglasses, they hurt. They burn.
What'd you have done to your eyes?
I've had the lenses taken out and cataracts taken out and new lenses put in.
Oh, you had lap whatever. I forget
It
what.
wasn't LASIK. It was going under the knife where they removed the old lenses.
Yeah,
Cut
yeah.
out the cataracts.
Lap dog. I forget what it's called. It's lap something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they call it the laughing smile surgery.
yeah. They put a mechanical lens in your eye.
I know. I'm trying to get used to it.
They told me that was an option for my left eye because where I had the nail go through and it hit the lens, that scar tissue cataract started to form on it. But I just hadn't. It's not
Well,
bad enough to make me want to do it.
if you have a cataract in both eyes, they'll do both eyes at one time instead of wait on one. And my eye doctor gave me a referral for this eye surgeon that's really good at what he does. And I tell you what, with my insurance, I had 90 days to do 2 eyes. One eye 1 week and the other eye the next.
I know when I've had the surgeries on my eyes, those stitches were awful. Every time you close your eyes, try to sleep, you can feel them scratch in the back of your eyelids. And they give me clear contacts so that it wouldn't do it, but I couldn't bring myself to put them in. I couldn't just stick nothing on my eye. It was awful. I hated it.
I tell you what, in between eye drops, they give me this Simtech
Yeah.
eye drops that don't. It just deals with the dryness for the where the stitches are and everything. It's a simple eye drop that don't take out the red because they don't want you using that yet because it really burn where the stitches are. But they gave me these 3 eye drops here. tan, pink, and gray.
The pink's a steroid, ain't it?
Pink, no, the tan is a steroid.
The tan's the steroid.
Yeah, and both of these are antibiotics. The red and the gray.
Yeah, I had a ton of different ones I had to put my eye to. I was trying. It's been years. It's been 12, 13, 14 years ago since I've had mine eye
Yeah,
surgery.
that boy there. Every time he goes in your eyes, he stings like a mother. One drop in each eye, and it stings. You know it found the wounds.
Uncle Lou said, "You got Cadillacs?"
I wish I had Cadillacs.
Oh, the wife's setting out my church clothes.
You're in trouble now.
It's over here on the arm of the couch. I guess she's saying that I need to get dressed.
So how was what was your take on CatCon?
I thought it was good. I liked having the crappie and catfish vendors. It brought in a crowd. Um, there was more to walk around and see. He did some really cool stuff this year, like the dock shooting. Uh, I seen the adults doing it, but the kids really, really loved it. A lot of the adults loved it too, but the kids absolutely loved it, and I thought that was cool. They had a few different things up this year. I thought he's growing it in a good way. I think it's getting better.
Yeah, but what I seen in videos and everything, he's doing it really good. But by Friday night, by Friday at 5:00, I had 18 texts asking me if I was at CatCon.
Yeah.
And I told them no. They go, "You're here because I'm looking right at you." I'm like, "No, I'm sitting here, and the eye doctor's getting my eyes reevaluated." So there was someone there that looked just like me.
There was somebody there that looked just like Jody too, and Jody was there, but Mama walked up to the wrong woman and said, "Hey, Jody,"
I've
and
seen that video. I loved it.
she gave Mama the dirtiest look. It was hilarious.
That is a good way to get embarrassed really quick. That was amazing. I loved it, but that was fun.
Well, Don, I got to get dressed for church, but I just wanted to come up and hang out with you for a second.
Well, I appreciate it, Cody. And you have a great day and start your day off right, your week.
Let your wife know she's in her thoughts and prayers.
I certainly will do that. She treats me like a little kid. She sets my clothes on the couch cushion like she's got set them like she does for the boys getting ready for school. She's like, "Here's what I want you to wear. Now put it on."
Let me guess, it's a 3-piece suit, right?
Yeah, that's it. I look dapper. So
The last time I went to church, I wore what I normally wear, and everybody looked at me and says, "You're supposed to get dressed up to go to church." I says, "No, I don't. I can come just how I am, and God will accept me. If you guys can't, then you don't want me here."
yeah, nobody dresses up to go to our church. She laid out khaki shorts and just a black shirt.
I've been through several churches where they told me I had to dress up to come to church. I says, "Goodbye," and walked out.
Well, I hope Miss Paulette gets healed up soon. I'll keep her in my thoughts and prayers as well, and I know she'll be all right. You'll take care of her good. She'll be back.
God's got her and your wife and everybody else that's hurting right now in His hands and ministering to him like He does.
So, well, see y'all later. Take care.
All right, Cody.
Later,
Tell
Cody.
Polly good luck.
I will do.
All right.
Hello, Jello.
Good morning, Jello. For anybody else, Lou, anybody, there's a link at the top of the page. You want to come up and
Now that we're live.
yeah. Yeah, we spent first 15 minutes talking to each other, and then I realized I didn't press the button that says go live.
I was wondering what we were. I was just trying to figure out why I didn't see us on YouTube. Then it appeared to me, oh, okay. Like it's time to hit the button.
Between the snow removal and Paulette and the dog, I was up till about 4 o'clock. Just got in bed, and then the dog woke up and had to go back out. Wanted to try to go back outside again, and man, I opened up that door, and boy, was it cold.
Morning, Dallas. Jello,
Morning, Dallas.
I use that word gentleman because if you want to know the true definition of gentleman, no, I don't think there's a gentleman in chat.
Well, thank you, Johnny. It means a lot to me that you stop in and stop by. My peppers are doing pretty good.
Johnny hasn't sent me no pepper seeds. I'm going to start crushing these peppers and roasting them again.
I got to get down and get some stuff and start replanting them from the seeds. I don't know. This winter keeps up. They'll be 3 foot high, some of them, before spring breaks, the way things are going. I thought I'd get an early start, but
you have a great day, Johnny.
I thought I'd get me a raised flower garden and just keep it in the garage. And when it finally gets the frost warnings done, then I can just carry it outside. Running out of room.
Just put it on wheels. Put it on wheels on the backside and put a rope handle on the front, so you just pull it in and take it out.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was looking at doing. Or get my grandsons, they're big old boys, and
you get some boys that can pick that thing up and move it.
Yeah, they probably could. Brennan's pretty good size, and
he looks like he could take an raised flower bed and just pick it up and tuck it under his shoulder and walk off with it.
Yeah, the dirt isn't that heavy in there. It's pretty good.
Unless it gets wet, then it weighs about 80 pounds.
Yeah. I had my old tote where I had my worms in, and it's just about pure castings now. So I'll mix that in and with them, and they'll grow fine. Yeah. But I thought I'd get 2 more of the raised ones, and that should pretty much do it for what I got going. And then I got some tomato plants and stuff that'll need something a little bigger, but I just did herbs and stuff like that I go to the store, and just with the 2 of us, you get a bunch and you use them for a meal, and by the time you get back to them to use the rest, they're already getting bad.
Uh-huh.
So I said, this way, just go out and cut what I need for the night and call it good.
That's what I like about fresh herbs. You can just go out there and get what you need for cooking, for the meal you want, and leave the rest to grow.
Yeah, then I ordered peppers from Jimmy Pickle.
Right.
And so this fall I want to make some salsa and some ketchup.
Oh, that's cool.
I was watching how he did ketchup. It's actually quite easy.
It's basically tomato paste, seasonings, and vinegar.
Yeah, and that way I can put a little bit of pepper in there and spice it up a little bit.
You can put pepper in there. You can put garlic in there. You can put whatever seasonings you want, and the tomato paste. You can even put wine instead of vinegar to where it won't have that tangy taste.
Yeah.
And you got ketchup right there.
So that's kind of what my end gameplay is. Wendy's supposed to be sending me some tomato seeds, but I bought some. The cherry tomatoes and some. Uh, can't remember the name of the other ones. So I'll
Yeah.
get a couple different types, and the one habanero I got is mild hotness and sweet. So I'm
Yeah.
really curious how they'll taste. But I'd be cooking up a storm, but Paulette doesn't like spicy food, so I gotta cook her portion and then cook mine afterwards and spice it up.
I see how you do it. You cook both portions, but you add your spices after you get her portion out.
Yeah, I keep them separate.
And that way she don't beat you for giving her a ghost pepper.
Yeah, she kind of. I made something a little bit spicy, and she said it was good. And so I sometimes think it's the thought of it that's as bad as anything. But
Right. I made some really how can I put it? Spicy chili the other day,
yeah,
and I forgot my great nieces, they don't like something spicy, and they came over without warning, and they just helped themselves to a bowl. Boy, I got told in so many different ways that that chili was way too hot.
that's what I like about when all my grandsons come over. I get to make a big pot of chili and get to load it up and put all the good stuff in it.
Well, I put a ghost pepper, a habanero, and a jalapeno in that chili,
Yeah,
along with the chili seasonings I make. And boy, that came out good, but I could almost say a little bit overdone it because it was a little too spicy, but I still managed. I still ate it.
yeah. I was thinking about going to the junior college here. They have a cooking school, and I said I'd just like to go just to find out what all the spices are and when do you use them, when don't you use them, and which ones don't you use together and stuff like that. So mine's kind of a trial and error thing. And there's only once that in fact, it was a big bunch of chili I made, and I put a bunch of, I think, bourbon in it. And
Ooh, that's good chili.
it didn't, it tasted terrible. I think I got carried away with the bourbon.
I think you might have. But the fun part was watching my great niece's mascara and makeup run off their face when they were sweating.
Yeah.
They were looking really good, then all of a sudden they started looking like clowns, and they looked like something that came out of Freddy Krueger and Jason Nightmare movies. Because all that stuff just started coming off.
Dog wants in. Be right back.
Hello, everybody who's still on the chat.
Yep.
Heel.
Yeah. She's a pure white dog now.
I'm sure she does. She looks like probably a four-legged snowball.
It don't take long for it to melt on her though. She doesn't get real wet. Well, come on up, Dallas. But I've got this thing that's got supposed to absorb water. Oh, she loves it when she comes in and I take that out and start rubbing her all up and down. And
Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about that wicker towel.
yeah, and I do that. And she's completely dry when I get done. So it's just the snow sticks on the outer hairs, and she's laying there looking at me like, "You're talking about me?" Hey, come on up, Ernie. Jello.
Bernie? Christy's still in here. Come on up.
No. She wants to go in the house and get at Mom, and she flinches whenever the dog comes by, and then when she does that, then it gets the dog riled up, and then she starts jumping.
Uh-huh. She wants a toy.
Yeah, she wants to go in the house, and she has a bunch of toys in the house that I don't let her bring them out here. And
No, Ernie, he brought his dog in, so he had to wipe the dog down with a wicker towel.
yeah, but she's getting almost too big for me to lift up anymore.
She should. Hey, Shorty.
She used to
be
fit.
big enough to where she could jump in your lap.
Yeah, she just. Good morning, Shorty. Thank you for coming in. She's almost used to fit in my hand.
Shorty says, "Cute dog," and he says, "Okay." Whew.
Look at that. Look at that guy there. She's a. she gets me. Looking at the speakers. Like, where's that coming from? She has some squeak toys. She loves her squeak toys.
Yeah. So does Willow. I haven't found a dog yet that hasn't liked squeaky toys yet.
Our last one, he was strange, but we found out later that from the time we got him, he looking back, he was never quite right, and he ended up getting Alzheimer's and stuff. And as we look back, we could see it coming, but that dog never barked. I heard him kind of bark one time the whole time we had him, which was one thing I liked about him. She's pretty vocal.
Yeah, Shorty, you be safe at work. Hi, all around
Good
town.
morning, Sarah. The link's up there if you want to come up and say hi to the crew.
Weekend cooking. Ernie says I would come up, but I'm about to be listening, prepping for a grilled cheese and tomato soup. But first, I have to chop up bacon wraps in the morning for breakfast.
Good morning, NJ.
Hi, NJ.
Yeah, I try to keep up with everybody's, but I know I usually catch Sarah cooking Mondays for the market.
Yeah, but we haven't seen her cook on your show in how long?
I swear I can smell it when she's cooking that bread.
Oh, yeah, but the cinnamon roll she made on your show,
Yeah.
man, I gained about 300 pounds. That was good. I could have eaten every one of them without even stopping.
I like fresh bread.
Fresh bread is good. It's the cholesterol and the fats that's in the bread I got to stay away from.
Well, Sarah, it was nice you drop in. Anyhow, I know you. I get tired just watching you running on high test all the time and moving and grooving and going and.
NJ, that did not sound right. Cinnamon rolls give me acid reflux.
Yeah, everybody's taking a shot at you this morning. They figure
Oh,
you're
don't
not
worry.
quite
Hey,
awake again.
I'm taking names. I got a list, but my first target on the list is Merlin Virtual because I'm going to do a video for him, just for him. And I got the masks set up just right.
Yeah, he was up late last night.
Yeah, Hogleg, and Stan.
Stan. Yeah, I thought they were about done, and I came back out and checked, and they started another game, and we're back at it again.
I quit watching them after about the 57th wreck they've had.
Yeah, they did the hunting before that.
Yeah, and Stan is trying to shoot Troy.
Yeah, I kept trying to talk Troy into showing us what happens, but Stan kept staying behind him.
NJ, just be lucky I haven't picked you up yet. But I'll do research on the ones I go after.
So, NJ, how's things going with you? You keep that up, I'm going to trim your nails.
You might need to.
Oh, I keep them trimmed up pretty good because my skin tears so easy and starting to get ahead of the game. I trim them, and then a little while later, a couple days later, I sand them off real good. And she's pretty good at letting me do it.
NJ says not too bad, Don. Thank you.
Good. A lot of people that life is tough, you know. There's no way to say it, but it's a tough world out there.
Oh, it is. It's not something that's going to be easy.
Yeah. Easy for me now because I don't have to work anymore and I can come and go as I please.
Yeah, Sarah says, happy spoiled puppy.
Yeah, Sarah, she is. She's spoiled. She's frisky. Supposed to take her to social hour today, but I don't know if I want to even venture out to go do it. But I always thought, well, I'll take her and she can run some of this energy off. But she goes and she gets playing with the other dogs and gets all wound up. And when I come home, she's worse than before I left. But she's getting kind of sassy. She's not minding her training like she should be.
Yeah, Sarah says she's jealous.
I don't know what to be jealous of. You got a couple pooches. They're already trained. I know for sure I'm too old to go through another puppy like this. But this breed's supposed to live to 15, 17 years, something like that. They're considered one of the healthier breeds out there. So it's kind of nice to know. The last two we got from pet stores, and both of them were just such poor health. Never seemed like we were always doctoring. But I had to make a appointment. They're booking 2 months out to get her neutered, and man, that's this first time. It's really a hard decision for me. I just can't decide whether I want to or not. One day I do, the next day I keep thinking, well, it'd be nice to breed her one time, but health wise, they seem to do better if you do. And so we made the appointment. I got 2 months to think about it.
Don, Dallas says that puppy will have you trained in no time, Don.
Yeah, the puppy's easier to train than Paulette is. 50 years I've been trying to train her, and I'm not making any progress.
Okay.
No, she trains real easy. I don't know why this week she was just kind of just giving me fits, bulking. I tell her to do something, and she kind of balks at doing it. So it's like a Mexican standoff, and some of those things she was doing real good a couple weeks ago, and I just tell her once and she'd do it, and now she's kind of like, I don't know if I want to listen to you today.
Sarah's asking, Don, you're going to come visit us in Florida, right?
Right now, I couldn't drive to the airport, much less to Florida. I have to wait until some of this snow melts.
Yeah, and Paula gets better.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to make a trip to the West Coast and see my grandkids real soon too. And with this surgery, that kind of set that back. I said, I know it can get pretty uncomfortable driving down the interstate with that.
Shoulder
Both
bounce
of it
never
get
pop.
pretty sore by the end of the day.
Oh, yeah.
But I was hoping to make it out there in time for when they start putting their gardens in, that I can help them out with it. I like putting them in. I just don't like weeding them. Other than that, I like putting them up. I like planting them, watching them grow. But we were forced as kids to do so much weeding and hoeing in our gardens were a couple acres, and I got to where I just hated it.
I don't doubt it.
Huh. So what?
He says San Bernardino, California weather's been great.
Yeah, I thought
Oh,
that's north east of there then that they're having all that.
then Sarah says, Christian maniacs, come on down. Is what Sarah's saying in chat.
Sarah, you got to be careful. Storms seem to follow me. If I come down, you might get a hurricane.
Sarah, if I come down, Bigfoot's going to bring his clan and all that rain with it. You may get flooded out.
Yeah, I told some people, a couple months ago, I said, we're going to have a wet spring. You guys better get used to fishing in high water because it's going to take all summer for it to go down.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the upper elevations, they got that much snow. There was one town that was they got like 14 foot of snow and everybody was snowed in. And
Yeah.
I can't even see out of my house. The kitchen window, I can almost see over the snowbank, but I sit down in my chair and the snow is up probably 2 feet up the window. Yeah, and Jay. Yeah. Hurry up, chat. Roll it off the screen before Avid sees it. Patches. That's enough.
And Jay, they got to catch me first.
Yeah, some of her problems have been she's I think she's teething now, so she's kind of restless and she wants to chew on my hand. She don't bite hard or anything, but just always kind of chewing up my hand. And if I push her away, then she gets mad and then she actually will nip at me, and not at me, but at my pant legs. But once in a while, she catches a little skin underneath too.
Oh,
The other day, she came running by and ran into my shin with her teeth and took a bunch of skin off, and it started bleeding all over it. I thought,
dog's abuse.
Go ahead, Abbott.
I said the dog's abusing you.
Yeah. I just told her, I said, I'll bet you that hurt me more than it did you.
I'm sure it did.
So I'm hoping when she gets done teething and stuff that she's starting to settle down a little more, little by little. But like most people with puppies, they want it done today. They want them all trained and everything they want them to be. But it takes time.
See, NJ, one thing about Bigfoot, you can point a camera at him and the camera will never see him.
You know, I told you the story about when I retired, I was joking around with people I was going to put in for a federal grant to go find Bigfoot.
Right.
And everybody laughed at me. It was kind of a joke. I was kind of half serious because that's when they were saying how much money the government was paying somebody to study the flow rate of ketchup.
The flow rate of what?
The flow rate of ketchup. And it was after I retired, all my plans changed. Well, and then I heard some guy got $50,000 a year to go out and investigate Bigfoot. I said, man, see, I could have had that. At that time, it was more money than I was making active duty.
Yeah, but a lot of people are just going out there just bring in some silly hype to it, but they're not really doing the research that they need.
Yeah. I would have just got me a good horse and or a mule and a pack mule, and I'd have been just happy to disappear. Well, good morning, Jim.
Hey, Jim. Jim Smith, if you don't see Bigfoot on your screen, I'm sorry.
Jim, no. Never heard that they did. Never heard that they even found any evidence.
I got a link on my Facebook page I'm going to post. That someone sent me and posted.
In and out, in and out. You're worse than a 2-year-old.
You know, he's only doing that because Paulette's not up.
Oh, she just likes to go in and out all the time. I wouldn't be surprised this summer that she goes out and stays out all day long.
Oh,
She goes out and then I think she gets cold and comes in and warms up and then wants to go right back out again.
uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited about water warming up and ice melting and taking her out to see how she reacts to the ice or the water, the ice.
You better take a couple, about 4 or 5 wicker towels with you.
Pardon?
I says you better take some big wicker towels with you.
Yeah, like I said, she don't really get wet. She's got the water dog hair, so it's kind of oily. You just kind of brush over it, and she's pretty much dry.
Yeah, but if she gets in that lake like I think she will, she's gonna be coming out looking like a drowned rat.
Yeah, that
Then
she
she
will.
then she's gonna come looking for you so you can shake off.
Yeah, her hair turns real kinky curly when she goes out and gets wet. I brush her out and it kind of straightens it out. She goes outside and plays in the snow and comes in, and as soon as she comes in, you can just see it's all curly kinky again. But that's the way she's supposed to look.
Yeah.
And that's when groomers make a big mistake. They're not supposed to be uh, blow dried when they get done, or
No.
straighten the hair like a poodle, because they got just a different structure to it.
Uh-huh. You child dry them, don't uh blow dry them because then they get real fluffy and frizzy.
Yeah, they're easier to trim because they straighten it and blow dry it, and then it's easier to get a nice smooth finish. But these dogs aren't supposed to have a nice smooth finish. And
Nope.
I got to research shampoo and stuff too, because there's some shampoo that takes the oils out of the hair, and that's and
Not
then
what you want.
no. Hey, Lance, welcome back again.
Welcome back, Lance.
Missed you. Used to seeing you around more often, doing your
Yeah.
live. About like me, sometimes life makes it real difficult. For me, I got to put a lot of thought into going live because I just if I wing it, it ends up like today. I forget to hit the live button and I talk to myself for 15 minutes.
Well, hey, you didn't talk to yourself for 15 minutes. I was there with you.
Well, this wasn't the first time I did it. I did it one time. I was talking, wondering why nobody was really chatting or saying anything, and then it was, oh, got to push that button.
I was wondering why we weren't seeing no one in chat.
Well, I was too, but I thought, well, that's just the way it is. But
Uh-huh.
it's an honor to have Sarah and Jim come in today, and NJ and Lance, whole new crew.
It's an honor to see them come in.
Yeah, Ernie Brown, he he still talks about that poor man's pate that I made that a couple Sundays ago, and I guess it's been a month ago already. I guess he really likes it. He said he getting ready, he needs to make some more. And so I thought, well, I was thinking up what I was going to maybe cook up next, but looking at something real easy. But I guess I got a beef tongue I thought about doing someday, and maybe getting it all cooked up and then getting it to cool off and then show how to clean it, peel it off.
Jim says sometimes Sarah won't talk to me, so I talk to myself. Jim, sometimes those are the best conversations you can have. Just as long as you don't answer yourself.
Yeah, that's why Patches is so spoiled. I talk to her all the time, and she's getting tired of it, so she gives me the cold shoulder, like, would you just leave me alone?
How's Audrey doing, Lance?
You said earlier she was doing pretty good.
Jim, the other thing is when you talk to yourself, don't get in an argument with yourself.
I don't mind the arguments. It's when I start slapping myself around for being wrong that gets me in trouble.
Sarah, I've had the beard ever since I was about 15, 16 years old. That's good, Lance. Hopefully she's in recovery.
Yeah, she's probably glad to be home.
I know I would be.
I know when I had mine surgery that it was kind of a big relief that when they said, well, we got it all this time, and took a little more than we had to, but I told them just hit it aggressively and do what you have to do. And so far, so good, knock on wood. It's been, oh man, I don't even know how many years already. But they don't, so far, nothing's showing up that it's coming back. So I feel pretty grateful. And then when I heard the doctors talk, and other doctors even, and they say, man, it's appendix cancer. It's just not something people ever realize they have before it's way too late.
Right. There's fishing frustrations that came in.
Hey, good morning, fishing frustrations. How's the weather across the pond today? Thank you for coming in and joining us this morning.
I just wonder where Froggy's at.
We're supposed to be thinking positive so the week goes good. I don't know. I seen her last night a little bit somewhere.
Yeah, she's on Eileen's channel.
Yeah, sometimes I think about it and it's like, oh, what happened to this person or that person?
Lance is asking you, Don, why you sending your snow to him? Lance says, because you're in the same neighborhood as he is.
Well, Sarah, you just have to go out and get her done. I'd like to try those catfish down there. I think they would be really good tasting. Good morning, Richard.
Hey, Richard.
Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it. But
Froggy! Just in case she's lurking in the background.
yeah,
I know how frogs are. They like to be quiet at times and not make a peep.
yeah. Yeah, I don't really pay much attention to that.
No. So did you put your boat back in storage when the snowstorm came back?
Oh, it's been in storage since, God, October.
Oh, so you never took it out of storage. You just wanted to pay a visit to it.
No, I go out once in a while to get this or that out of the storage unit, but yeah, it'll stay there until Well, till all the ice is out. There's some people like to get out real early while there's ice flowing down the river, but
Pontoon boats and ice, that
those
ain't a good mixture.
those big chunks of ice, they can tear a hull open pretty easily and pretty powerful.
Yeah, pontoon boat with those big chunks of ice. They'll peel that aluminum like it's a grape.
Yeah, even fiberglass or any
Uh huh.
aluminum boat. It, it
If you don't
don't they
have
don't look
reinforced,
like that much, but when they're flowing with that high current, I
mm-hmm.
mean, it'd be just like a car running into the side of you.
Yeah, if you don't have those boats reinforced and those pontoons reinforced to withstand that ice, it's gonna be like a can opener going down the side of a boat. All right, Sarah, you have a good day.
All right, Sarah, we'll probably, I don't know what I got going tomorrow. Probably watch you make bread. The highlight of my days, watch
Yeah,
Sarah make
highlight of your
bread.
days is watching Sarah cook.
Yeah, it always gets me hungry too.
Yeah, have you gained any weight from it?
No,
Not yet, right?
no, I don't even get the oral gratification out of eating it. I just can see it and smell it and get hungry for it, but I can't cook the same, so
Oh, I
just
understand that.
just a teaser.
Yeah, just a teaser. But it just imagining how that tastes would be great.
Yeah, I figure if I keep watching her, I don't know why. For some reason, I just don't like messing with dough.
I love playing with dough.
It always seems like it's so hard to get right.
Oh, that's why I like playing with it because you can keep kneading it and rolling it and forming it until you get it just the right way you want it.
I never seem to be able to. Sarah, if you sent it, it ain't gonna spoil by the time it gets here. It'll be frozen more than likely.
It'd be an ice cube. By the time Don gets a hold of it, it's gonna be a major ice cube.
Yeah, we have to run out and quick grab the deliveries before they freeze.
Especially if they drop out in your front box where there's 6 inches of snow.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll just have to figure out a way to get down there and taste it and for real while it's still warm.
Yeah, you better get a transporter for that one.
Yeah, Jim, I'll bet you she can run faster than you. So if you steal it, you better have your running shoes on.
Jim, you need a transporter. You, Don R, and me need transporters for that bread.
Yeah, you and Sarah could just hop on the airplane and bring it up here. It might be half warm by the time you get here.
Oh yeah, it'd be half warm.
But then they'd probably expect me to share it with them, and I don't know if as good as it looks, I don't know if I'd want to share.
That's the only problem is sharing the bread once you get it.
I'd have to keep it out here in the garage so Paulette didn't see it.
Yeah, but I have a funny feeling that aroma, Paulette can follow that like a bloodhound to a deer.
Yeah.
She'll find that real quick.
Yeah, I used to make bread, but I always had a terrible time getting past the point of where the dough kept sticking to me. And I make such a mess, and that was always such a pain to clean up. But I gotta let Pooch back in.
All right.
Getting cold.
Jim, all those breads you just said, cinnamon, cheese, chocolate, coconut, send them all my way.
Oh yeah, you're full of snow. You're so full of snow. Oh yeah. Let me get you waked up. Good girl. Okay. Heel.
What the hell happened?
She always runs up and gets in my chair first.
What?
Like-
Yeah,
This is my chair.
yeah, and it rolled away on her.
Yeah. She hits it so hard it rolls over and hits the desk. What are you staring at me for?
Because you stole her chair.
Yeah, she's just standing here just staring at me. You know, she's like a 2-year-old when she does that. It's like her mind is going on, what can I get into next?
Uh-huh.
And so it's got to keep track.
Oh, yeah, guys. If you don't, she's going to be everywhere.
Yeah.
Really quick.
Oh, I know what she wanted. Her food dish is empty.
Oh, now she gets a chance to get in there in your chair.
Her food dish is empty.
Oh, now she gets a chance to get in there in your chair.
Yeah, I don't have to leave my chair to fill it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I go in the house and make her stay out here, and she'll be sound asleep on the floor. And I come out, she's laying in my chair. But if I'm sitting in it, she doesn't want anything to do with it.
Well, you got 24 thumbs up and 11 people in chat.
Well, that's nice. That's one of my highest that I've had, I think.
Yeah?
I got to try to figure out do a little bit of editing and
She got a squeaky toy.
yeah. This one has
Not me this time, guys. My hands are right here.
this one has a squeaker on each end, and she gets one, and then as she squeaks it, I squeak on the other end, and then it's like, I want that end. So then she'll jump up and grab that end of it. It fell on the floor. Oh, she's getting restless now. Getting her second wind.
I don't edit either, so I just keep my videos real, and that's why I do lives, because you see what you see, that's what you get.
Patches settle. Well, I'm going to have to hang it up for today. Go see what she wants, or she won't leave me alone. So I'd like to thank you for coming up, Avid.
You're welcome.
And everybody, Lee, good morning.
Hey, Lee.
And everybody have a great week. And this too shall pass with time.
Oh, yeah.
I'm starting to have a hard time believing that with this stupid snow, but
I see you tonight with Brad Cardell, Tidal Weight Sinkers, as a guest.
yeah, I'll be in there sooner or later,
I know you will be.
checking it out. All right, guys. Well, thank you, Avid, for coming up, and you all take care, and prayers for everybody that needs them, and we'll all get better together.
Amen to that.
Look forward to a great summer, and I'll try to keep the wind and snow up here. Can't do any more damage
Send
than
that wind
already.
and snow up to Canada,
Yeah,
or send it over to the UK. Let them have it.
yeah.
Send it over to the UK. Let them have it.
All right, fishing. We'll tell them that. You're welcome, Jim. Appreciate you stopping in.
Yeah, the UK could always use the snow, since you're always griping about the rain.
All right, guys. Well, you all have a good day. We'll see you around somewhere today, and I'll go see what this pup is up to. She probably wants to go maul Paulette, and Paulette don't like that with her shoulders. So,
Yeah, tell Paula that I said hi, and she's in our thoughts and prayers.
alrighty, Avid.
Everybody have a good day, and if you can get out there and fish.
Yeah, I should go fishing. All right, we'll catch you all next Sunday at 9:00. Bye.
All right. Night. Morning.